is Fula coming to you with another commentary. When I do commentaries, everything that I do basically is going to have like a Islamic undertone. That's what you guys have to understand. There's going to be like something of an Islamic undertone under it. You know what I mean? But that Islamic undertone is going to make plenty of sense because at the end of the day, we're about rational, being practical, and just basically, just being in a good way. So, let's look at this, right? Hold on just a minute. Let me see real quick. So this is going to go wrong with a lot of people. Okay. This is going to go wrong with a lot of people. Now, this hadith may not be it may not be a sahih hadith, but the thing is that the Nailatu alayhi salatu salam said that women are the snares of the shaitan. Now, it doesn't mean that women are inherently evil, but what it does mean that women do have, if a man is not controlled that much, if a man does not have a sense of dignity, if a man does not have like a strong grounding in the religion, if a man does not have like a stoic and calm and single-minded demeanor, that it can result into some bad things. Okay, it can result into him simping. It can result into him not choosing the right woman. It can cause a lot of things: corruption, the destruction of the family, and the stuff like that. Imam Ghazali, rahmatullah alayhi, he said, the desires of a woman is the greatest of all desires, but it can, because of that desire, it can defect and unbalance the equilibrium. And excess of it is when it overcomes the intellect. So a thing is that a man's concern is so distracted towards the enjoyment of women and like concubines that he forgets all about God and the afterlife. You know what I mean? And so that's what we need to understand. So that's why I say this to say that you should never, ever, 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 ever get to a point where you're validating these women, when you're pedestalizing these women, where you're basically rolling out the blue carpet for these women, and you're in the process of doing that, you're losing yourself, you're losing your dignity, and you're basically not seeing the writing on the wall that, hey, maybe this woman is using you, maybe this woman is just taking advantage of you, or maybe this woman is just being a energy vampire. And the thing is, our intellect is created to be obeyed and not to obey desires. You know what I mean? And crazy means of gratifying them, you know? And so you just got to really control that. You know what I mean? You got to really control that, because you have to get to a position where a woman does not hold sway over you. That you're indifferent to a woman. That's the level you have to get to. Okay? And that's the level that some of the great sages got to. Now, I want to show you something, and we're going to go into it. And this is triggering a lot of women right now, because of the simple fact that, you know, a man has given over to his desires for a woman rather than giving to his desires for maybe having a, like maybe, I guess you could say, having a better option for a woman. You know what I mean? But let's get into this. And you know who I'm talking about, basically. But we're going to get into it. Let's see. Let's see. Okay.
You sit up here and you say, well, what is a simp? And you gave a definition of a man that does this and that. These men, these little ass boys are calling Russell.
So you see how mad they get? Because here's the thing about modern women. Here's the thing that they will not tell you, but I'm going to tell you. They'll tell you that, hey, we want guys like Russell Wilson and things like that. We want these gentlemen. We want this and that. We want what Sierra has. But the reality is they don't want that. Okay? The reality is that they want the financial package that comes with that. But they don't necessarily want the guy that comes with that. Okay? They don't want that. They want the lifestyle that comes with it. Okay? That's what they want. They don't want the guy. Okay? They don't want a Russell Wilson. Let's be honest with ourselves. Did they really talk about Russell Wilson? Like, were women, were Belejo women really talking about Russell Wilson before he got with Sierra? Were they really saying, oh man, this guy is good looking. Oh man, this guy is so bomb. Oh man, I like this guy. Were they really talking about that, or were they saying that, oh, he's boring? You know, what were they saying? But let's continue.
Russell Wilson a simp, and all he's done is respect his woman and take care of the kids in his household.
So all he's done is taken a retired 304. Let's run down Sierra's track record. She was with Bow Wow. She was with Trey Songz. She was with 50 Cent. She was with Amari Stoudemire. She was with Future. She had kids with Future. So he's taking on Future's responsibility. Future is still living it up, doing what he do. Shout outs to him. And so yeah. What does that not sound like a simp? Okay. You took a 304 and you turned her into a housewife, and she's still not happy because she still makes these twerk videos, topless and stuff like that, just to show people, oh, I still got it. You know what I mean? Like, just to show people, oh yeah, it's still me. But let's continue.
That's all. He's never got on, mind you. We can only go by what we've seen. He's never been on a podcast saying. If anything, he said that consistency and love is what brought Sierra to him, and he.
No, what it was is she was tired of riding the carousel. This dude comes along, and that's it. That's what basically happened. I'm pretty sure he was saying all types of this lovey-dovey stuff to her. You know what I mean? Women don't like that crap, though. I'm gonna tell you, they don't like that. And the thing is what I read before, right? It gives you it even tells you basically that you shouldn't validate women. You shouldn't do that. I guarantee you that I can find another saying. So I can find something else, okay? Let me see. Let me see. Well, I will have to read more into this. Yeah, I'll have to read more into what it said. Let me see. I want to see something real quick. Just give me a second. So the thing is that like when we look at the relationship with women, what the relationship would be supposed to be with women, it should be that you respect the rights and dignity of women, but you shouldn't pedestalize them. It says nothing in our deen about pedestalizing women. It says nothing about that. Okay? It says absolutely nothing. That's just the bottom line, And so that's the point. Like respecting women, okay, and I'm gonna go into something else that they're not gonna like either. There is a difference between women and men. No one can claim that they're fully equal. There be full equality in all walks of life between women and the men. That's why that's why feminism is now self-destructing, because they're learning the hard way. All right, so let me go back to the video.
He prayed for her. That's exactly what came out his mouth.
Why is this triggering?
So it's not triggering. It's not.
It is triggering her. The reason why it's triggering her because she wants a Russell Wilson type dude, right? Lifestyle and everything like that. But she knows deep inside that the way she would treat that dude, you know, it's not going to be like the same way. It's not going to be, it's going to be the way that Sierra treats him, you know, disrespectfully.
It's annoying. It's not triggering, but it's annoying. A toxic ass person will sit up here and see your emotion and go, "Oh, this is an insult." By you having emotion, I need to insult you. Having emotion is not too much. It's not too much. I have to talk over half you all the time.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Is like the problem is that with women, a lot of time. I'm not saying all women, but with women, a lot of the time, their emotion actually comes before their logic, you know. That's what happens in most of the scenarios is that like their emotion, their blah, 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 blah. And you see it on Clubhouse all the damn time with these women. And it's unfortunate that some of these women include Muslim women as well, you know, a lot of the time. Westernized Muslim women. They're basically their emotion outweighs what the, like for example, the mothers of the believers did and how the mothers of the believers carried themselves. I can tell you one thing: if the mothers of the believers or any of the female companions were around today, these women wouldn't like them. These Muslim women would not like them. Because they would be like, what in the hell are you guys doing? And what in the hell are you practicing? You know, I can assure you that.
Anyways.
So I want to, you know, I want to go into something else real quick. And maybe this video, like the full video is maybe the full video can be we can address the full video, but I want to get into something following the Russell Wilson simp thing real quick. I want to like kind of like cook off with something, and this is the reason why I don't like Kendra G at all. It's because this woman literally tries to matchmake like a lot of these other dating coaches, and she sees how dumb these people are that she brings on the show, knowing that she's not really going to find a match. You know, that's the thing. Like, it's like, bro, like you're really not going to find like someone who's going to who's going to match up with these people. Like, so you need to give it a rest. You know, you really need to give it a rest. You really need to stop. That's why it's like gets on my nerves that she be on IG Live and talking with these people. It's like, bruh, give me a break. Well, let's continue.
Welcome, friends. Discover satisfaction.
And no husbands, especially no husbands they value. So you talk about Russell Wilson. I don't know many men on this side that respect Russell Wilson, not because he married a woman with a child, it's because he's a simp.
Why is he a simp?
He is a simp.
Why is he a simp?
Because
I'll tell you why he's a simp. And I said it earlier in the video. This man could have had any woman. I would assume he could have had any woman he wanted. But he chose a woman that had so much baggage, and on top of that, she had kids with the baggage.
that's an entire program. And here's the thing. How about this? Because the men say he is.
Well,
Exactly. The majority of men say he's a simp.
okay, as a female, then I want to simp because if there's a man.
Well, then go ahead. Then So you want to have a so again.
So you heard what she said, right? Here's the thing. And she's like, I don't know. I think she's like 42, 43 or something. I don't know how old she is, but all I know is she's old. Okay, she's like in her 40s, right? Here's the thing. They want to simp when it's when the writing is on the wall, right? That's when they want to simp. That's when they want the Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, he catered to me. He does this. He does that. But the reality is, when it comes to their prime years, they really want the guy who's just not really giving a care about her, who's just pumping and dumping, smashing, passing, blasting and getting past it. That's all they want at that time, okay? And I believe that includes her. Because I think what happened is she got her eggs dry. And so, with that being said, when she does, I'm pretty sure no guys is going to look her in her direction. When she decides that she's going to settle down, she can't, she's going to have to get a surrogate, more or less so.
And thank you guys. Listen to what she said. She wants to simp. She wants to simp. She wants to simp because a man like Russell Wilson.
And that's what all these women want too. These women follow a pattern. Okay, they follow a clear-cut pattern. You know when she wants a simp, and you know when she's damaged. When number one, she has hella tattoos, which a lot of them do. Number two, niggas ain't ish, which a lot of them say. Number three, we have to look elsewhere outside of our race. We don't have to be race loyal. Those are telltale signs that she wants someone like that.
Who put Sierra on a pedestal, pedestalizing a woman is, I said this 3 weeks ago. Show me a culture or a race of competitive people where the women were pedestalized above the men, and show me a competitive civilization. You don't.
Exactly. And I've been reading about that too, even that in every civilization, okay, and I mostly read about like African Islamic civilizations, or even when I'm not reading about African Islamic civilizations, even when I'm reading about just Islamic civilizations in general, you never see these men pedestalizing a woman or putting a woman above their bottom line, above what they need to do, above how they need to expand. You never see it, okay? It just does not exist. Okay, women are taught and were taught in those societies to play their position, and that's how it worked. It never was a situation where you had freaking women running the show. Never. There was a time, however, when women were still some of the most learned people. Aisha, the Nailatu alayhi salatu salam's wife, she knew more hadiths than anybody. You know what I mean? She actually had something going on. There was some dissension and stuff like that. And she kind of, led an army, right? And it had to do with the death of Uthman, rahmatullah alayhi. That's another story, though. But I'm just saying that, there's never really been an occasion where a woman was pedestalized, and pushed to the forefront in our civilizations.
Men's purpose needs to be pedestalized, not the female.
And that's exactly what happened, is that when you see the nation builders, when you see, for example, I'm still reading about him and I'm enjoying, and the more I read about him, the more entrenched I get to want to connect with that energy that he had, But when you look at Imam Shamil, Rahmatullah alayhi, his purpose was the resistance from the Russian Tsars, the Tsarist army. That was his purpose. That purpose was pedestalized. That purpose united people and everything like that. But what these modern women unfortunately feel like is they feel like they should be pedestalized. They feel like they should be put in the forefront. They feel like that a guy should say, yo, you know, if it wasn't for my wife, or my wife is this, my wife is that. That's what they want, instead of taking a back seat and letting the guy fulfill his mission. And only a few of them do that. Very few.
It doesn't mean that see, this is a problem. So many women in the black community want to be sitting up.
You sit up here and you say, well, what is a simp? And you gave...
And no husbands, especially pedestalized. Not the... And see, this is a problem. So many women in the black community want to be sitting up.
You sit up here and you say, well, what is a simp? And you gave a definition
I'm gonna try to find a little bit. I'm gonna try to find a little bit of the of what I was looking at the first time. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find the part in the video. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, let me see real quick.
Who married after 40 and have... No, we're not. We're not, because I don't mind. See, it doesn't matter if you mind or not. It's what it should be.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is what I'm saying.
That's not it.
Okay.
27 to 35, when a woman needs to really benefits of some sort, they're demanding something on the system. That came from me asking a woman, where's your husband? What? What? Husband, I would not choose to be. I'm a PhD. And then, this is so vague. Give me a range. Give me a range, man.
Okay, well, let me say this. This is why I say this. I have college friends. Because, Kevin, I want to answer
on the outcome she wants. If you want to be married with...
I do think the man should be celebrated, but I also think, and I witnessed...
So if you talk about Russell Wilson, I don't know many men on this side that respect Russell Wilson, not because he married a woman with a child, it's because he's a simp.
Why is he a simp? Why is he a simp?
Because that's an entire program. And here's the thing. How about this? Because the men say he is.
Well, okay, as a female, then I want to simp. Because if there's a man...
Well, then go ahead. Then so you want to have a... So, again, and thank you guys. Listen to what she said. She wants to simp. She wants to simp. She wants to simp. Because a man like Russell Wilson, who put Sierra on a pedestal, pedestalizing a woman is... I said this 3 weeks ago. Show me a culture or a race of competitive people where the women were pedestalized above the men, and show me a competitive civilization. You don't. Men's purpose needs to be pedestalized, not the female. It doesn't mean that see, this is a problem. So many women in the black community want to be sitting up like this queen, and if a man is sitting up here looking at you, he cannot fight everybody else, compete with everybody else, and defend the world. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. And that's why so many women, black women, are by themselves, because if they can't be treated like the queens that they think they are, then they'd rather have nothing, and no one's going to stop you.
Exactly. And I'm going to end on that note, okay? And you Muslim women need to really take heed to that, okay? You need to play your position that your righteous predecessors played their position. You didn't see them saying that I want to be a queen and this, that, and the other. I want to be treated like a goddess and stuff like that. Okay? I wasn't going to show this, but I'm going to show it right now. And this just goes to show you the delusions of these females. Okay? This came from Clubhouse. I scratched out the name. But this just shows how delusional they are. She said, I'm a goddess. Give me offerings. So you guys better take heed, bro, because we're not doing it. We're us traditional African Muslim men who still have their deen and who are trying to preserve their deen. We're not going to do what simps do, and we're not going to do what these pro-black hoteps and everything do. We're not going to do that. Okay? Because number one, our prophet wouldn't want us to do that, alayhi salatu salam, and God wouldn't want us to do that. And that's just the reality. But with that being said, Fula signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments on Jarama.